Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and today we're doing another tutorial in Minecraft Sky Factory 4. Today's video we're going to be showing you how to make and use the different charms that come in the Cyclic mod. These charms can be really helpful, especially early to mid-game. If you don't have a lot of other flying options and such, these can be a great asset, and they're not super hard to put together. If you find this video helpful and you like it, please be sure to click like. But most importantly, please remember to hit that subscribe button. That way you'll see all my videos and tutorials as they come out. All right, so there are 8 different charms included with the Cyclic mod. You just go into your JEI and check Church and Charm. You're going to see these first 8 here. There are other charms that are part of other mods that I'll be handling in a different video. We're just working with these 8 up here. Now the first one is an antidote charm. There's a water charm, air charm, void charm, sailor charm, fire charm, speed charm, and wing charm. Overall, they're pretty much the same process to put together. For the antidote charm, it's 3 iron ingots, 1 diamond, 2 netherwort, and a fermented spider eye. Now these parts here, the iron, the diamond, and the netherwort, that's the same recipe for all the charms. It's the item in the top right-hand corner that determines the type of charm that you're making. So if we were to look at a water charm, same as before, 3 iron, a diamond, 2 netherwort, and a raw salmon. For an air charm, 3 iron, a diamond, 2 netherwort, and a bone block. For a void charm, top right-hand corner is an ender, or eye of ender. A sailor charm, it is an armor stand. For a fire charm, it is a blaze rod. For a speed charm, it is an emerald. And for a wing charm, it is a rabbit's foot. All right, and that's the 8 different charms that come in Cyclic. So let's go ahead and grab those, show you a little bit how they work and how to activate them. So we're going to go ahead here, and we'll do them in the order we talked about. Now some of these are going to be pretty self-explanatory. But we're going to just kind of glance over all of them. Some of them I'll actually show how they work. So a charm itself, right now, if you see I'm scrolling over the fire charm here, it says right-click to toggle off. So if I toggle it by hitting right-click, now it's kind of shimmery there. That means it's turned on. Right-clicking will turn it back off again. Now these charms will work if you have them in your inventory, but you can also click on your baubles tab here, and you can put charms in these 7 slots. This bottom one is for shield. It will not take a charm, but you can hold up to 7 of these here. So that way you can still carry these. You can toggle them on and off from in that screen, but they don't take up part of your regular inventory. So an antidote charm, pretty basic. If you turn that on, if you get poisoned or if you get withered from a wither course, it will auto cure that. So it will use some of that up. So that's really cool, especially if you're trying to wither farm or if you're fighting with a lot of poison type enemies. The next one is a water charm. Turning that on means that you will not drown when you're underwater. Now that doesn't become quite as useful in Sky Factory since there's not a lot of large bodies of water, but you still may find a use for it. The air charm is probably one of the most useful. With an air charm, if you turn that on, it allows you to fly. Basically, by pressing jump, you're literally jumping up into the air. And then if you hit crouch, which is your tab button, it will lower you back down again. And while you're up, you can move around at regular walk speed perfectly fine. All right. Now, if you'll look down in my bar there, you're going to see that now the air charm has a green bar underneath of it. And that's because I've used some of the power or the usage within this charm. All the charms, as they are used, will have a bar that will drop down. And if the bar gets empty, that charm will no longer be useful. In a moment, I'm going to show you how to cure that or how to refill it. The next charm we're going to look at is the fire charm. And while carrying that, you're protected against fire. So that works from anything from, say, blazes or just common fire. Next is the sailor charm, which increases your boat speed while carrying it. So when you're in a boat and you're flying around, or zipping around a body of water, you'll go much faster. But again, not as useful in Sky Factory. Next is the void charm, which saves you from falling into the void. Since in Sky Factory 4 you no longer die down in the void, you just kind of reappear and fall back down from the sky. That one's not quite as useful, but you may find a use for it. Next is the speed charm. Now that one I'm going to show specifically, because I like that one. So speed charm, if you toggle it on, let's wait a second. Before I toggle it on, this is the regular speed when walking around. Of course, you can press forward twice to go faster. But if you turn on your speed charm, your running and walking speed drastically increases. So there's my double forward zippity speed, or I can just, even walking forward, I'm going at a run. So that's a great one to have on a lot of the times, just to zip around and make your movements much faster, especially if you're running away from mobs. But that one can be really handy. So the last one we have is the wing charm. And this one gives slow fall after 6 blocks. So I'm going to turn on my air charm. I'm going to kind of jump up in the sky here. I've got a little platform I built. It's a little dark, but it'll be fine. Okay, so now I'm on top of that platform. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn off my air charm. And I'm going to turn on my wing charm. So now when I step off of a height, after 6 blocks, slow fall will kick in. I will just slowly fall either until I hit a solid surface or my charm runs out of energy. Now, once you hit the ground, the slow charm is on for a period of time. You can see that up in the top right-hand corner. I still had the little debuff up there. Top right-hand corner of my screen, a little feather. Means my air charm is still on. But I can then turn that off as I don't need it. And again, for my baubles, if I want, I can just go ahead and put 7 of those in there, carry them around as needed. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show is, of course, how to refill a charm. So if you have a powered diamond anvil, this is what I prefer. It's the easiest. If you open and just drop the item in, it will use energy, power, to refill that. It can take a little while, depending on how much energy it needs, but once it's done, it'll move over into the right side. You can see there's no bar again. That means it's completely full, and you're ready to go. You can just drop the next one in. Sometimes I have 2 of these charms, and I'll just leave one in here charging while I'm wearing the other one, and then when I get back, I can just swap them out. But that, again, really handy way to refill your charms so that they basically become infinite uses. But that's going to be it for the basic charms in the Cyclic mod. Really early on, especially once you can get a hold of a little bit of netherwort, they can be really helpful, especially the flying, the falling, and the speed. So I do recommend using those as soon as you're able to get them. But that's going to cover us for this video. If you have any questions about this tutorial or any of my other tutorials, please be sure to put those down in the comments, and I'll do my best to try to get back with you as soon as I can. If you have any recommendations or suggestions for other tutorials you'd like to see in Sky Factory 4, please throw those down there as well. Always looking for more ideas. That's going to do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.